The LEGO Spiderverse CMF is finally here, and I'm so excited that I'm able to share an early review with all of you today. Also, a huge thanks to Brickshell Cases for providing this 12-count minifigure podium case, and I'll be putting all my collectible Spider-Man minifigures in this case throughout the video. Before I get rolling into the review, can we just take a moment to pause and appreciate the beauty that is this box art? The combination of the purpley colors with the light orange and the light yellow, it's gorgeous, and it flows so well with the theme of the Spider-Verse, and I think they just absolutely nailed it with this box art. You know, first up has to be Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, and let me tell you, this minifigure lives up to the hype and then some. The arm printing, leg printing, the printing on the front, the chest, the head piece is fantastic. It comes with this little hologram that is supposed to represent a scene in the movie, but everything about this, and if you look in the promos, there's no arm printing on this in the lifestyle photos, but for the final product, of course, we get nothing less than that. They did not spare any expense for this. I cannot think of a single way they could have made this better, honestly. And the cape, of course, is a flexible vinyl piece that comes in this little square, which is really nice. You can peel that out yourself and put that on the minifig, and it just elevates it to an entirely different level. Something new that LEGO did with this series is gave the minifigure base plates a trans orange base plate, which fits entirely perfect within the Spider-Verse CMF, and I am so glad they stepped out on that limb and tried something new, as most of the Spider-Man minifigs get two separate heads. In this case, another hair piece with two different facial expressions for this minifigure. It's just beautiful. Of course, I do prefer that Spider-Man 2099 face print, but nevertheless, this is, like I said, top tier minifigure. The arm printing, the coloring, everything about this is so good. I know if you are a Spider-Man fan at all, you will need this in your collection. Werewolf Spider-Man is certainly one of these CMFs that I thought was sort of a wasted space. I thought they probably had this mold in existence already and they just wanted to use it again in this series. However, this one does actually stand out to me a lot now that I have it in hand. The dual molded legs look fantastic. The tail piece is great. The arm printing, and I think there's one of those arms is dual molded, the left arm, but then that head mold is so much better than I ever expected. With that mane on the werewolf, it really creates this aggressive looking minifigure that I think does a much better job than just seeing it in pictures. Seeing this one in hand makes me really glad that I did actually pick this one up. While it's still definitely not at the tippy top of any of my lists, I'm definitely glad that they made this one, and I think it's a great addition to anyone's collection. Getting to one of the clear fan favorites and better minifigures of this series, we've got Gwen Stacy, Spider-Gwen. She's got arm printing, she's got dual molded legs. The printing is so crispy, so clear, but first of all, yeah, I love those teal legs, and something awesome, she has a new hair mold with the pink printing on the hair. How cool is that? I'm so glad they dipped the pink to give her that iconic dye to her hair, which was, let's be honest, absolutely needed. And of course, she does have the two head pieces, and let's just dude, a close-up zoom on this, the printing is so crispy clean. Going down to her torso, the little dots and speckles look so clean on this printing. I'm very impressed with what they were able to accomplish with this minifigure. Showing off those dual molded legs, the shoes, I'm speechless. We do get two sides to her face print, and it does come with a little Polaroid with her and Miles Morales. How adorable. Hobie Brown, Spider-Punk, do they really keep getting better and better? Yes, I will answer that for you. They do. Dual molded legs, arm printing all around the legs, sides, front. You get the boots, you get the shoes, you get so much detail on these legs, on the belt, the waist as we see here, the jacket. Once again, the back of the jacket, the printing is so fine, it's so detailed. You get the spiky hair, and of course, just like the other Spider-Men, you do get more than one head, so you get him demasked, and he's got the smirk, he's got the piercings on his eyebrows, I think he has a lip piercing as well, yes, you can see it there, and this huge hairpiece, wow, with the guitar as well. Of course, he is sporting his fancy punky guitar. I do prefer the mohawk. I wish the mohawk was a little more flush with the minifig, but overall, you really can't get much better than this. Next up is a classic Spider-Man character, Miles Morales, and definitely a figure we certainly expected to get. Maybe not one we were looking forward to, but it is definitely an upgrade from previous iterations of Miles Morales that we've received. There's definitely an enhanced level of detail in the print. You can see the arms. We have the lightning power-up version of Miles here. The face print, he's also powering up as well. Just the whole suit entirely is powering up. You can see that evident in his hands as well. There is a separate head with two sides to the print, as you can see there, and he does have his hairpiece as well, which is new this year, but not new for this fig, so we have seen this in other retail sets. A solid fig, and it's about what I would have expected for this character, so nothing too crazy here. Speaking of crazy figs, oh my goodness, Miles G. Morales, aka the Prowler, has this cloth cowl to bring him to the next level with this special molded headpiece. He does have those mega fist things, but I don't really care for them. I like to look at these amazing dual molded arms. The printing going across the legs doesn't really need dual molded legs, of course, but just the detail, the attention to detail on the printing, the pearl gray, just overall, this is such a beautiful fig. I know it's going to be highly, highly sought after. You will not want to miss this. That is for sure. Once again, like many others, he has two hair pieces, one for the mask on, like we see here, one for the mask off. And you can see some added detail there. Just taking a moment to appreciate the attention to detail on this minifigure. And he does come with a little vinyl track, of course, a reference to the movie. But overall, 10 out of 10 minifigure. Love this sand purple color. I have no words. It's a beautiful figure. Margo Kess, otherwise known as Spider-Byte, is probably a figure that's going to get passed up a lot. She does have very vibrant colors and some translucent sparkly pieces with the legs and the arms being the same color. However, I will say the printing is very fantastic, and she does come with this uniquely molded part, or should I say dual molded, along with this little tablet that she can hold in her hand here. But this dual molded part looks very, very good. Really solid. Love the unique prints on it as well. Looks fantastic. However, like I said, I don't think this one is going to get too much love just because the character isn't as well known in the Spider-Man ethos. Regardless, it is a really, really good fig, even if it's not near the top of the list. Pavitr O'Hara Web-Slinger is certainly a figure that they did not skimp out on the budget. Dual molded legs with the sand blue tops, and yes, a sand blue shoulder cape. Looks fantastic with the printing on top of it. How wonderful is that? And it was a little tough to get on, I admit, because you have to place it with the bandana. But once I did get it on, it was a wonderfully looking minifigure. I have to say, that shoulder cape really sets this above some of the other figs. I really do appreciate the budget that they put towards it. He does get the hat, he does get the lasso, and he gets a fun little Spider-Man horse with the face mask print. This is something I did not expect to say in the slightest, and he can even ride the horse. How fun is that? But now this figure is a wonderful figure. Love it. Definitely in my top 5. Another minifigure that I think is going to be highly underrated, Petra Parker with Mayday Parker. He's got the dual molded legs. Of course, he's wearing his pink robe, which he wears, I'm pretty sure, throughout the entire movie. It's got some simple printing on the back, but that printing on the front is crispy clean. And he does have a very normal hairpiece, but his face print is new. And I always appreciate when they introduce new facial hair prints. Now, if you take it off, you can put the carriage holder on the front of him to put Mayday Parker in the baby holder. She's got a nice, cute little print on there. Very adorable minifigure, father-daughter here. Wonderful pairing. And as I mentioned, he does get the dual-sided face prints. I always appreciate when they introduce new facial hair prints. So this is a win for me. I love this minifigure. Dual molded legs in that pink and white, of course. Great seeing that again. A lesser known minifigure to me, but still packs a punch in what it delivers to this CMF, Spider-Man India. He's got the dual molded legs. The arm printing looks fantastic. The gold coloring really pops out. And I like how they were able to integrate the cloth robe type of vibe to it. I'm not sure if this hair mold is new, but it kind of looks new to me. He does get the masked version, as many of the other Spider-Men and women do. Looks fantastic, looks wonderful. And a little surprise, he gets a little cat with, once again, the Spider-Man face print. How cool is that? Overall, while maybe not a fan favorite, what a wonderful design this is. A close-up on the face print of Spider-Man India will show just how detailed the dark red print is on the face, and it looks great. It really does. For our penultimate Spidey CMF, we have the beefy, the tanky Petra Parker Cyborg Spider-Woman. What a beast of a minifig this is. So many custom parts between the neck, shoulder pauldron, and the arm itself. I'm just aghast at the vibes and the overall look of this. Dual molded legs, the waist belt, and of course this arm I mentioned. I can't wait to get a couple of these in my inventory so I can mess around with this hand, see what I can do with it from a custom perspective. But just looking at this minifig, the printing is fantastic. It's so vibrant and so detailed, as are all of these minifigures. The face print looks very, very detailed there with the cybernetic upgrades made to this Spider-Man. Last but certainly not least is Charlotte Weber, or Sun Spider, and I've seen a lot of people sleeping on this minifigure, but I think it does offer a lot. As you just saw, we have a brand new, to my knowledge, molded hat that is meant to be backwards just like the character, in addition to these crutches she uses as a result of an injury. But regardless, the printing all around this fig looks fantastic, and I do wish we did get an actual hood on the back of the minifigure like you saw. But the front, I love the combination of the orange and the red. It really splits up the collection as a whole, and I think offers a wonderful variety to the CMF that we would not have otherwise had. And that's every minifigure in the Across the Spider-Verse CMF series from LEGO. If you're interested in picking up a brick shell case, make sure you check out the pinned comment or the description to take you right there. Make sure you drop a like on this video and comment your favorite CMF. Definitely subscribe if you're new here for more minifigure related content.